Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, our beautiful country, and how we're going to fix both of these things together. The content that we're going to talk about today is a build off of the last video we did, the live stream, talking about the attack that came into New Orleans. Now, we've got even more things that are starting to be tied together, and I'm going to lead this video out with saying I cannot personally tie these things together. I'm going to tell you and report on things that are seeming to draw correlations. But again, I cannot 100% guarantee with fact that this is actually connected. It looks to be connected, but we're going to walk through everything right now. You guys can let me know what you think in the comments field right down there. Of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on as we go about our day spreading freedom from coast to coast and border to border. And thank you in advance for helping the channel grow and spread that freedom across this incredible nation. Now, as I gin this up, guys, I want to, well, first I got to go do not disturb because, sorry. All right. So as I gin this up, I want to talk to you about something that's really important, and this is a very key, crucial theme. The people with evil intent, with broken hearts and broken minds, who desire destruction, death, and chaos, are using our freedoms against us. This is not something new. This began in 2001 with 9/11. The ability to travel freely across this nation was attacked because a bunch of people who wanted to kill people took planes, a freedom and a privilege that we had, and used them as weapons. What we're about to walk through are three different instances that also abuse our freedoms in order to weaponize them against the population. New Orleans, we had a truck that is a privilege to drive around in this amazing country from state to state. That was weaponized and killed 15 people. You have fireworks, gasoline that are commonly available items that were packed into a Tesla Cybertruck, again, commonly available item, and then detonated. And then the final one are Second Amendment freedoms and Second Amendment rights, which were then utilized into chaos and weaponized right here in New York. All three of these things happened on the same day. A killing with a truck, or 15 people with a truck, an attempted detonation of a Cybertruck, and then a mass shooting that they would say 3 to 4 people walked up and fired indiscriminately into a crowd and then walked away. Also being investigated as a terrorist act. All three of those terrorist acts happening on the exact same day with other connections. Let's get it. Let me show you what we're talking about here. Now, this is from a good friend of mine. This is from Mr. Guns and Gear. Reportedly, again, this is all reportedly at this stage. I'll be very, very clear on that. Police are investigating this as a possible terror incident. 10 people wounded in a shooting outside of a New York City nightclub. About 15 people were standing outside the nightclub when 4 men on foot approached the group of 16 to 20-year-olds. 3 or 4 men opened fire on the group. About 30 shots were fired before the gunmen fled on foot. They were then seen getting into a sedan with out-of-state plates. Okay. I cannot say that's 100% terrorism. That could just be good old-fashioned gang violence. I honestly don't know. I do find it interesting since New York is a gun control state and has sensitive places everywhere. I do find that fascinating. But anyway, let's keep going. That one could be gang related, but they're investigating it as terrorism. All right. With the exact same time, this is the Cybertruck. These are all updates that are coming in this morning. This is an interesting one because with the Cybertruck, the explosions, they were done with fireworks. Now, what the reports are is this is an individual who was in the Special Forces who was also a veteran who served on the same base as the guy in New Orleans. Okay, well, that's a connection. I don't know if it means that they were related. I don't know if both of these were radicalized by a foreign terror group called ISIS. I have no idea. The timing is extremely suspect. The locations are extremely suspect. But there's also a few things that don't make 100% sense in this Cybertruck. I'm going to leave that where it is for a second. All right, now let's go to the next one. This part right here, the Cybertruck explosion suspect is a 37-year-old American and a former Army veteran. This person reportedly served at the same base as New Orleans. He was not a migrant. And now the reason that I put that in there, he was not a migrant. This is really important because what you have to do is see the actual events and then see how it's being politicized. In this case, we're about to shift into the politicization of this from the left, okay? Call to Activism is a left-wing account. He was not a migrant. They're focusing on the idea that it's migrants doing this. It's weird that they're doing that, but that's what they're doing. All right, now let me jump right over here to Brian Krasenstein. This is a left-wing mouthpiece. Are Republicans going to start attacking former military members now that the New Orleans and Cybertruck attacks were carried out by veterans? Watch this. I'll say it real slow so Brian can understand. Killing people is bad. I don't care about your background. See how hard that was? This guy had both these guys had veteran backgrounds. They were Army backgrounds. Okay, that doesn't mean you get a free pass to go and kill people. But accounts like this are out there engagement farming, as Tim had said in our earlier filming for Second Legacy when we have a conversation a little more in depth. It's engagement farming. He's utilizing and politicizing an attack like this in order to get clicks and get attention on his Twitter account. By saying that conservatives and Republicans are going to give this guy a free pass because all of a sudden, oh, he was an Army veteran and he was a member of the military. Oh, well, then it's okay. He was corrupted by ISIS and killed 15 people. And then the other person blowing up Cybertrucks in a populated place. It's perfectly fine because he's military. No, idiots. I say the exact same thing anytime there's an act of terror or mass murder or murder in general. It's all bad. How about we stop? This stuff is just irritating. But this is something else that's a very interesting connection. Both of the terrorists served at the same military base. That is interesting. I can't draw correlations, but I can tell you that's interesting. And used the same car sharing app, Turo, to rent their cars. That point is completely pointless. It doesn't matter where they got the cars from. It's a user-driven app. Who cares? That does not matter. What does matter is the same military base. That's interesting. But this whole sharing with a company car thing, who cares? But when you look at all the things that we're looking at, from the terrorist investigation of the shooting in Queens, New York, gun control state, by the way. Then you look at the individual who was involved in the Tesla exploding. Then you look at the response from the left. The point of this is killing people is bad. Utilizing and weaponizing our freedoms in this country, of which people have died for, and the blood, sweat, and tears are on the ground for a better nation for all of us. It doesn't mean you take away all of your freedoms because those that are evil decide to utilize your privileges and freedoms against you, i.e. gun controllers. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that all the gun control in New York didn't stop 3 to 4 people randomly walking up and shooting random other people. It might be something bigger than just we can't have our rights. We still use planes. We're still going to use cars every single day. You're going to drive the car around. You still use iPhones. You still use Androids, all the things that book these cars. The idea of your privileges and freedoms being taken away because of the actions of some psychopathic individuals who killed people for their own ideological beliefs does not translate well. That's the entire point. Focus on the issue of people having broken hearts and minds who are wanting to madly and insanely kill innocent people having a good time on New Year's Eve, not on the items that they use, because you're getting around and not focusing on the problem. You're focusing on the issue and the tool that they used. It's idiotic. It's the normal gun control fight we always talk about, only now it's being applied to everything else. They're using our freedoms against us. The problem is not the freedoms, the problem is the people. And that's what I've got for you guys. Let me know if I landed that plane. I'll see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.